So on Sunday, we were continuing our series, My Big Loud Mouth. Scott was teaching, and he got this phrase, I hate you. And this was really about those times when we say things that are purposefully hurtful. We purposely try to injure someone. Maybe they have hurt us, and we lash out, and we want to do the same back to them. But Scott did this really brilliant job of walking this line between acknowledging that there are sometimes emotions that bubble up and build up within us that need to be given voice, and the recognition that when we let that out in the wrong spaces or the wrong way, we can cause a lot of damage to ourselves and people that we ultimately do care about. And I think this is one of the really interesting things when it comes to moments like this or phrases like this. Obviously, saying to someone, I hate you, is a terrible, a hurtful thing. It's not a Christ-like thing. But here's what we have to recognize. We are not Christ. In fact, we're not even Christ-like. And so sometimes acknowledging that we have these emotions, we have these feelings, is actually the first step into moving towards a healthier, a better place in our lives. You're not Christ, and so when you push down those emotions and you tell yourself, oh, I don't feel that way, I can't feel that way, I have to bottle it up and push it away, what happens is those emotions eventually build up under pressure, and eventually they explode, and eventually we find ourselves saying these types of things to someone in their face in ways that can really damage and injure them. And so instead, what we actually have to do is acknowledge that we're not Christ and we're not Christ-like, and therefore we have to acknowledge, we have to give voice to these types of emotions. Now, I'm not saying by that you go to someone and you say hurtful things at them, you tell them you hate them. What I'm saying is we find healthy, safe spaces for us to acknowledge these types of dark emotions. Maybe that is just you in your bedroom saying these things out loud to give them voice, to acknowledge them for yourself, so that you can invite the Spirit of God to be present to you to help you heal from them. Sometimes this really is about going to people that we trust, telling them, this is what I'm feeling right now, and I know it's not good, I know I can't stay here, but I need to know that someone can hear this, what is happening inside of me, because that's going to let me process it. That's going to help me heal from it. That's going to help me make sure that I never go to this person and I say this hurtful thing to them. See, we are human beings, and we have all of these mix of different emotions inside of us all the time, and bottling them up and pushing them away because they're not Christ-like is not actually helpful for us. That's what's actually going to lead us to exploding in ways that are unhealthy, in ways that hurt someone. Finding spaces, healthy spaces, either with yourself and God or with someone you trust to keep that moment private, can actually help you put your emotion on the table, to see it for what it really is, and then to say, okay, now I need to step back, I need to step away from this, I need to process this in better ways so that it doesn't come out of me in moments that I don't want. Acknowledging that you are not Christ is actually what will help you live a more Christ-like journey through the world, because you're going to acknowledge your emotions, you're going to process your emotions, you're going to allow them to be given voice to, so that you can choose which ones you lean into and which ones you walk away from. Hopefully that's helpful for you this week as you think about your big loud mouth, maybe some of the moments where it has got you into uncomfortable situations, and maybe some of the ways that your voice can actually lead you to using your speech, your language, your mouth in better ways with people when you're around them. Give voice to the things that are happening within you. Acknowledge them, process them, speak about them, and heal from them. This week, we'll be back with our Big Loud Mouth Part 3. We'll see you then as we talk about oversharing and what that can do to us as well. See you Sunday on the live stream.